Hi, welcome to Bonney Bags. My name is Uni and this is part 2 of the 4-part series where we're making this Lady Mary Killigrew. So you can make this too. So let's get started. So you have now cut the pattern and the fabric and you're ready to start. So let's start with the front and the back panels, the zipper pockets. And as you see, I've already marked that when I cut. So now I only need to sew the pocket. So I take the right side of the bag, right side of the pocket. This is waterproof canvas. Right side against right side. And then I'm placing it to the middle of the bag. Actually, sooner or later I'm going to need the middle anyway, so I might as well mark it up. It's always good to mark all the parts actually while you're at it. With a little snip, you can see it here maybe. Almost to the top. And then I hold it in place. Now we can cut. Remember we need to cut the ends here and need to cut diagonally in to the ends so we can turn the pocket. I don't think I need a mark down the middle, but you can put one if you like. And then I stop when I come to my diagonal, cut in a little bit. These scissors are pretty good at cutting far in. I'm not cutting, I'm making certainly sure I don't cut over the thread. But to make it prettier, or to make it really not scrunch up, I stick this in exactly in the corner to make sure I got inside the corner. Because that's needed to make a beautiful corner. We need this cut in. Okay, now we finger press on both sides. Can help a little. Roll the edge and pull it and shake it. Now I take one zipper. Put it on. If I wanted to, I could put a little double-sided tape on this. Maybe I should just do it on one to just show you that it's possible. But it has to be very narrow, because otherwise it will show through the opening. So I'm taking half of it. Or you can buy double-sided tape that is narrower. Ooh, this is a sticky job. I'm not sure it's worth it, but if this is the first time you're doing it, this will probably help a little. Okay, now I got narrow little strips here, all the way to the side of the zipper. Because then I know they won't show in the opening. I know we won't have the glue in the opening, which is pretty important. I can fasten this at least. So the whole idea here is to make it lay flat. Keep the zipper in the center. I like to use the zipper foot for this. And since this zipper is just plastic, I can sew across it. If yours is metal, you cannot. So I stop here before I get to the end, because I must remember to pull my zipper pull through while the opening is large enough here for me. There. That looks like a fairly straight zipper. While I'm at it, I'm going to sew my label on before I forget, because I tend to forget. And my label is Anne Bonney, the pirate. I'm placing that on the center and trying to get it straight. Yeah, as you saw, I had double-sided tape on it first to make sure it sticks. So what we have to do now is take the other pocket part, put it against this one. We can even put a couple pins in place. We're going to sew from that side so we have control of the top. Okay, so we put that new part there, sew across the top as close as we can get. Turn on the side. That's now we're done with one pocket. We can tidy up by cutting the sides here. You can just cut the bottom a little bit. And the top. There we have that. I know that we're going to put double-sided tape on the top here and the bottom, so I might as well have it there. This is going to be a little help for us later when we sew the decor panels on here. The back is ready. And now let's do the same on the front. Now we need to sew these little decor panels on the front. They will be like that. So I have this additional lining, extra lining that we're going to put on to prevent raw edges. And on the top edge here, we're going to sew a few stitches to make it easier to turn this. The narrow edge is the top. But first, let's cut off half of the seam allowance because this is a very curved piece and we don't need a lot of seam allowance in the curves, in any curves. And then let's cut little snips almost to the seam. This will make the curve so much prettier after we have turned. Now we can turn it. Now that it's turned, we don't need the stitches up top anymore, so now I can take them up. There. So now I massage the edges. Now we can sew down here. Nice even stitch. There, that's finished. Now we only need to make the other one. So now we can mark on this front panel exactly where these little design panel go. I just got to make a little cut there. Yeah, I have the position. I might as well baste them in place, so just so very, very close to the edge. Now we can put double-sided tape on top here too, for the decor panel. Now let's sew those decor panels. On the bottom panel we sew the top seam. And here's a curve again. So what we do now is turn the seam allowance over to the lining, all over to the lining there. And we sew very close, spread them as far as we can. Now it's going to be easier to hold it in place. So when we now clip this edge, like this. So in order to help us keep that in place, we can baste this lower bottom seam. I'm sewing from the fabric instead so the vinyl don't stretch. But let's sew the other panels. now all the decor panels are ready. Then we're ready to sew the decor panels on the front. I have marked the center there with a pin, only in the lining. So I can hold it exactly where the center is on the bag. And I will place it so it's straight compared to the zipper. And then I roll it towards the sides so I don't grab more of the seam allowance than I'm supposed to. I got full control. If something is wrong, I just rip it up and glue it down again. It's very easy to deal with. You see how easy this is because we have the double-sided tape. That's my favorite tool. It's pretty thick here where this design panel comes, so be careful. Wear glasses. But this machine is pretty good. I mean, it's not a full industrial, it's only a half industrial, but it does good. It's amazing how strong it is for being so light. Okay, we do the same here on the lower panel. Mid-mark against mid-mark. I roll it down so it lays flat. I can take that off now. Continue on the other side. Yeah, there. Top stitch that. Now we got the front. Do the same on the back. Starting from the center again. Trying to go straight according to the zipper. Rolling where I can see on this side when I roll. That looks good. Then we have the front and the back. Thank you so much for watching part 2. I hope I'll see you in part 3.